What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Times.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So welcome to another week of the podcast. This will be our last week before the holiday break, so we're going to take 2 weeks off. This should be episode 296. So next time we're on, we'll end that week with episode 300. So it's crazy. We actually made it here. What started off as just an experiment because I was in COVID lockdown turned into a whole thing. So thank you for continuing to tune in and watch and listen, leave your comments, all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, all the things I always forget to talk about all week. But without further ado, Shannon, how was your week?
Man, I can't complain. I finished the main mission on God of War.
Okay.
Got to the end. Went in afterwards, did a couple of the side stuff that pops up after. So after you finish the main mission, there's some things that are undiscovered that come up after the fact that you can go do. I'm still not at 100%, but I might have got to the point where I'm satisfied. But man, it's a really good game. That's a really good game.
Gotcha. I stalled out, man. I gotta hop back. I played it, but I'm so chasing Easter eggs and trying to find stuff. I just mainline it.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting too long. Like somebody's gonna spoil something for me pretty soon.
It's been over a month now, right? So it's like, if you stay out there looking at stuff, like it's gonna come out. They'll be like, oh yeah. It'd be some crazy stuff. Did you see Kratos is really Thor? No, I'm just joking. They'll be like, what? Like, what's going on here?
Right.
But, no, it's a good game, man. I liked it. Finished the main story, went in afterwards and played. Cause like I'm like, I want to say like 77 hours in or something like that. So it's to the point where I put a lot of time into
Wow.
Satisfied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but that was pretty much the big thing, right? Like I put a lot more time into doing that. Haven't really been watching much. I watched my Ravens lose yesterday. That was heartbreaking. It's kind of expected, you know. Yeah, I know the Bills won.
Couldn't be me.
You don't know the feeling. I know, I get it.
Couldn't be me.
You don't know the feeling. You have to throw snowballs at people, but you know, it's whatever, right?
Yeah, they was about to get us a penalty. Like, stop throwing snowballs.
Yeah, they had to delay the game. They were like, "Hey, it's going to be a 15-yard. Like, if you guys keep doing this." So they were like, "All right, we'll hold them to ourselves now." But no, I didn't see a lot of the game, but I caught some of it. Like the beginning of the game, it was cool. Like there's a lot of snow in the stands from all the snow they got and whatnot, but on the field it was clear. And then as the game went on, man, that Buffalo weather, boy, that Orchard Park weather, you know, to start coming down, man. I was like, I was like, this is Buffalo in December right here.
Right, there it is.
Yeah. So when y'all hit the playoffs, man, people gonna have to come through that. They're gonna be
right. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. So. Like, you better not have a quarterback with a doo-doo arm because Josh Allen is going to get it down the field. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, it was some decent game. So I'll tell you, the first game that was on, I started to watch, and then I had to go. My son did his taekwondo. He went for his belt for his next rank up.
Okay.
I don't know if he made it yet. They tell you later, but he seemed pretty good from what I was seeing. But when I was in there, even like I was looking at the game and like the Colts were up 33-0. I was like, oh man, this is bad. Right. And then the Vikings came back and won that game. I'm like, what's going on?
Ridiculous.
Like, what's going on? In overtime, mind you, right? So it delayed me being able to see my Ravens. But it was wild. But other than that, man, not much of streaming. Anything out there. I watched a little bit of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Watched a few episodes of that, which that show's hilarious to me. It has its ups and downs, you know what I mean? But it's very. I was talking to a guy I work with. I'm trying to put him onto it. I was like, look, this is one of those shows where they probably could not start the show now because they'd be canceled. Like,
yeah.
It's like, they couldn't make that happen. But I watched a little bit of that. Abbott Elementary. I caught up to everything but the last episode. That's a good show. I gotta start the show. Yeah. But The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer. That's another one I watch. I'm caught up on that one. I think a lot of these shows are hitting their Christmas break now. You know what I mean? Their holiday break. So you're not going to see them till like the new year, probably. No, it probably won't be until probably mid-January or so. that you start seeing them. But yeah, that's it, man. I saw the trailer for the new Spider-Man. I was like, wow, okay.
So I haven't seen the trailer yet. Thank you for reminding me. I keep seeing the thumbnail and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tune into that. I want to see it on TV, right? So every time I see this on my phone, I'll say, oh, I'm gonna play it on TV. I keep forgetting to play it.
Yeah, man, it looks like it's gonna be pretty good, man. Okay. So like, did you play the previous Spider-Man or no?
So I didn't play Miles Morales yet. I'm still going through the original, but the last one on the PS4/5. I'm playing through that one. I'm just taking forever. I don't know why. I am slacking.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, is it that you don't like it, or is it just?
No, I do. It's just I keep getting distracted.
Gotcha.
Like instead of I'm just like, oh, there's a backpack over there, and then that goes on for a long period of time, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go do work now. So instead of just getting through the game, like my middle child, so RJ, he has beaten it on the PS4, and now he's playing through the PS5, and he's going through the DLC. I'm just like, man, I just got to jump on this. Like, he's having a blast with all these PSN games and like all of the what is it called, like PSN Premium, whatever. Like, we have like all these games. He's playing Spider-Man and Ghost of Tsushima and Returnal, and I'm literally just watching him play games now. It's like what you do on YouTube, but in real life. Like, when am I going to play these games? I don't know.
So I know with the original, with the well, not the original Spider-Man, but that one from 2018 or whatever it was, it has like 3 different DLCs, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's going through that now. Yeah,
it's 3 different ones that were pretty decent. You know what I mean? Like, it gets to a point though, like if you like me, right? So like I like to do everything before I finish up the whole mission, right? So by the time I got to the DLCs, it was kind of like, all right, I've seen this. You just changed the outfit on these guys, you know, that they're this clan now, but like this is the same type of stuff,
right?
But it's still enjoyable. But yeah, the new one, yeah, it's pretty good. The trailer looked pretty good. So
okay,
and it just says 2023. So I don't know when in 2023 it's gonna come out. It'll probably be like December 2023.
Right.
It'll be a whole year, but yeah, it's look pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I definitely got to check it out. But I definitely got to start playing something. Like, the holidays are coming, so I know I'll get into it. I just keep starting stuff and not finish it. Like that Somerville I talked about. Ever since I talked about it, I haven't played it since. Like, I got to get back on that. So a bunch of other games, but did you see any movies or anything?
No. So I know Avatar came out, but
Oh,
I'm
man.
not really looking forward. Did you watch it?
So I was going to go take the kids to see it, and then like my oldest, she has never seen the original, so she started watching it, and then RJ, he watched it and he was like, nah, this is trash. I was like, well, it came out a long time ago. But he was like, no, it's not, it doesn't look bad. He was like, they're doing too much talking. He was like, it's just going on and on and on. And I was like, yeah, about half that movie is just talking. It's like, it's just Fern Gully.
More than half.
It's basically just Fern Gully for adults. So we're going to go see it yesterday. And then that's why I made the pivot. It was like, well, instead of going to see that for 3 hours, maybe we should just go to Main Event and play some games. So we did that instead. Main Event's like Dave and Buster's, but I think it's a chain that's down here. I've heard about it a little bit more, but it's got a restaurant and a bar and all that stuff. But mainly it's a bowling alley, it's arcade cabinets and 3D type situation. So he's like over there playing Beat Saber. We really enjoyed that. And then they do zip lining, and there's something else in there too. Laser tag. There's laser tag in there too. But yeah, we just play all the arcade machines and stuff like that. Had a great time. Way better than probably sitting there watching Blue People for 3 hours. So I will see it, but I'm gonna wait till it comes home to theater, or from theater to home. Because I didn't even go see Black Adam. Like, Black Adam's on HBO Max now, so I'm gonna watch that probably tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's streaming now because I went to do some downloads from my apps, and I have it set to where it shows me what's popular, whatever, when you go on the Apple and whatnot. And I saw Black Adam now streaming. I was like, oh, okay, I'll definitely watch that again. You know what I mean? I'll get that in again. But yeah, that's a good one. Now, RJ will love that one because, like, when it comes to people talking, there's some in there.
That.
There's a lot of that.
There's enough.
There's a lot of blowing up and explosions and all that. Okay. Yeah, he gonna like it.
Okay, we'll probably watch that tonight then. But aside from that, like, so I started High on Life. I don't know if you know about that game. It's made by Justin Roiland and his game company. I think it's called Squanch Games. But Rick and Morty, so they're opposites. Like, so just think of that, but in video game form. It's actually hilarious. But I didn't get very far in it because I'm not paying attention, right? So like they're giving me enough information to go find something, and I'm just not. I'm just looking around. I don't know what they told me to do, but it's not that as bad. It's just I lack of focus on my part. But the camp playing around the kids, like lots of cursing, just inappropriateness. They even tell you they're like, be careful with streaming this, might get your account banned because we got like aliens like like naked on the screens and stuff like that. Like it's pretty pretty funny, but definitely not for younger kids. Because like the first gun you get, I forget what they call the alien species that are basically guns. I think like Gadians or something like that. Like something like on the nose and like stupid.
Like a gat? Like a gat?
Yeah, like a gat. But it's basically Morty. Like like he doesn't try to change his voice or nothing. Like even the intro is hilarious because it's basically Rick. He's just like, you didn't even try to change your voice. He's just like, it is what it is. This is how y'all know me, and we're just gonna go from there. But it talks to you while you're playing. So like at one point, like I was just like murdering aliens and started whispering to me. It was like, yeah, you're my favorite little serial killer. I'm trying not to laugh while I'm playing the game at the same time. So I definitely, if you have Game Pass, you have nothing better to do, I would say download and just try it out. I think you'll be hooked off the first like 10 minutes. You're like, okay, this is pretty funny. But
I do not, but like I gotta go back to watching like Rick and Morty, and I don't think I finished the Alien one either, the Solar Opposites.
Oh, Solar Opposites. I just started it back up.
Yeah.
So I was watching oh man, what's the episode? It's so dumb. Like they get captured by the government because they're special. It's like season 3, I want to say, and it's very inappropriate. Like, I don't want to get the podcast banned. It's very inappropriate. The whole episode, you're just like, yo, they're wild. How are they getting away with this? But what else? So I started High on Life. I played a little bit more God of War, but I'm in Freya's area and I'm still searching for stuff. I should just leave and go to the next area. I'm just exploring, and I need to, and I get frustrated because I can't figure out a puzzle. So I just got to keep at it for like 20, 25 minutes, trying to figure out like, how do I burn that bush? like it's there. I know I can do it.
So it may be a part though where you have to acquire certain things, right?
Right.
And they usually tell you, like if you're trying it and they say you can't do that right now or something like that, you need to acquire something else. But if not, like you may just have to use your XP to up your abilities.
Okay.
Certain things. So
gotcha.
That could
gotcha.
be
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna flip the main line in it. I just got to get through it because everybody keeps telling me it's an amazing story, and I'm just like because it almost like it's gonna be a bunch of people's game of the year, but at the Game of the Year awards, it just got beat out by Elden Ring, which I have not downloaded. That has to be deeply discounted because then I'm going to quit. That's one of those, I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to quit. So I got to wait till it's dirt cheap, and I don't feel bad for quitting. But just to experience it, right? Because everybody's like, "Oh, this is the Game of the Year." I definitely want to be in that conversation, so to speak. But there was something else. There's another game. Not God of War, not High on Life, not Somerville. Man, what else was it? Oh, Returnal. My son started playing that one, and I'm just like, I kind of actually want to play that. It's a PS5 game where you're a constant loop of dying, kind of like Hades. Like we talked about that in the past. Like, but by dying, you progress the story. So it's not effortless. Like, or not effortless. It's rewarding to die because you're like, okay, now I'm getting more of like what is going on.
It's not in vain type thing, right?
Right.
You gain something from it.
Yeah. So that one, I saw him play, and I'm like, oh, I want to play that one too. So I'm going to focus. I'm going to go through God of War, put everything else down. God of War time. I'm going to go beat it. Hopefully by the next time we have the Friday episode, I'll have a game or two under my belt to talk about before I start to buckle down and study again. And then I want to watch Black Adam tonight. There was another movie not movie, TV series, Wednesday, the Addams Family show. Actually pretty good. I started it, I'm about 3 episodes in. Not bad. I was like, okay, I actually like this. Like I was like, because they're like, oh, it's breaking records, yada yada yada. And I was like, I like the Adams Family.
It's breaking records.
Yeah, it's
Really?
breaking records. And it's up there with Stranger Things. I think they said it's like the number 2 streamed show or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
people
don't.
really like it. It's what you expect though. Like it's very like it has its moments where you're just like, okay, I can see them flipping this into multiple spinoffs, right? Like, let's focus on this part of the family, focus on that part of the family. For this one is primarily focused on Wednesday, and just it's kind of like a murder mystery type situation. So,
So let me ask you something. And so now I'm curious, right?
mhm.
So I don't recall. Now Adam's Family has had its different, cartoons and movies and TV series, but has it been that popular to where it should be the number 2 stream show on Netflix? Right? That's what that was.
Yeah, on Netflix. I think it's the it's been gone long enough where everything old is new again type situation. Like, because they haven't done anything with the Adams Family in like a very long time. So
Well,
it's
not
being
not live action,
right.
but they've
Yeah.
had some animated stuff that I know, like my children were watching. You know what I mean? And maybe that was old. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was old as well. But I think it's just being the exposure to another generation, right? They're like, oh, okay, I like this. And it's
I
just
don't.
very like, I don't know, like it's hard to describe it. Like for us, it was like, okay, it feels very familiar, like the Munsters or the Addams Family or whatever, like these not no pun intended, but the creepy, kooky, mysterious and spooky. Like they actually say that.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually goes into that, but it's just the oddness of it, I think, is what the appeal is. But actually the story is actually pretty cool so far. Like it was I don't want to give anything away, but there was she witnessed a murder, but it didn't actually happen type situation. So she's like, no, I saw this, I'm going to figure it out, because now it's piqued my interest. And just everybody around her in that school was also a bunch of misfits, but then the outsiders look at the school as like, this place is like a dumpster fire of really jacked up people. So I like it.
So it just makes me curious, right? So like because that is something that's not actually new, right? So I could kind of understand Squid Game, right? Like it's a new concept, right? Stranger Things, I guess, is kind of new, right? It may be a
Right.
story to something else, but Wednesday is a part of something that's already been out there that was not as popular as this is right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, what about Wednesday stood out? I don't recall after watching Adam's Family being like, I need more Christina Ricci as Wednesday.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
And she's in the show too. She's not
yeah,
Wednesday though. Yeah, but she's
yeah.
in the show.
But like I don't understand it. And maybe because I don't have FOMO and because I'm like I don't believe advertisement.
Right.
like I know when I see something, like I'm either gonna like that or I'm not gonna like that and I won't watch it. And like when it came to Wednesday, I watched the trailer, right? Because I want to say it was when I watched it on Netflix, you know how it tells you their top 10 and whatnot.
Right.
It's like number 1 streaming right now or top 1 or whatever it was.
Right. Right.
And watching the trailer didn't make me want to watch it. I was like, okay, no. But like people are talking about it, man. Like there's even all these stories being out there how it could potentially be racist and all this stuff.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, as it was told to me, right? So one of my coworkers watches it. And he had just started watching it when he saw the story. He was like, yeah, they're talking about how it could be potentially racist because the bullies are black. Like apparently the bullies.
One of them is, yeah. The one I've been exposed to so far.
But he's like the head bully or something like that. Like
It's a female, I thought.
oh, okay. Well, maybe she.
Yeah.
Maybe she. Then. Yeah.
I think.
That's sexism on my part. A female can be a bully too, right? Sexism on my part. But yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand it. Squid Game was another one that people loved. Like you and Levon liked it, man. But I was just like, nah, not for me. I don't
playing games to the death. You don't like that? It's not appealing to you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And with everything I watch, it seemed like it'd be something I'd be down for. You know what I mean? Because I don't mind watching people get blown away, shredded. You know what I mean? I watched the Rambo before the last Rambo where he's in Vietnam or wherever he was, where he's just sawing people in half with the gun. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, yes, what's up? I don't know. Just didn't do it for me.
I don't know. Like I haven't gone very deep into it though, so I think I'm only third, not even a third, probably quarter way through. So once I get closer, I'll let you know. If I'm like, Shannon would hate that. But so far so good. It just seems like they're just building up, like they're kind of explaining the world a little bit more and how the Addams Family fits into it. Because it just seems like everything is normal except for these people, and they all have to go to this school. She originally was going to a regular school, and then obviously it does not work out. They're like, you got to get out of here. Attempted murder is not cool out here in these streets. But in this other school that she's in, that's just normal, right? These kids are just all got powers and weirdness. So yeah, started that, and then I don't know. I had a bunch of stuff to my list, right? Because now I figured out I have Showtime because I don't do cable, but we got it because that's just what happens when you move to a new community. You get the package deal. So I'm going to start Yellow Jackets because Yvonne put me on that. And then you talked about Billionaires as a show. I saw that one, and there's another show on there too. Then obviously Vice has all the documentaries on Showtime now. So I'm like, okay, I can jump into this too. So all of it's kind of being aggregated into Apple TV, right? It's like, okay, once you sign into an app, it's like, okay, you have this, so let me show you these things. Like Black Adam's like, okay, you have HBO Max, Black Adam streaming. Do you want to watch this? And Emancipation, the Will Smith on Apple TV. I added that to the queue as well. I originally wasn't going to watch it. I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this, but it's being talked about so much. I'm like, I gotta jump on it. Gotta watch this too. So there's that as well. So all in all, I'm gonna have plenty of stuff to watch throughout the holidays.
So let me ask you something. Are you watching it because of the story, or is it your interest in Will Smith and how he's going to recover from his?
Less about him. Like I'm tired of that situation. Like,
I'm just curious, right? Because like I know there will be some people that be like, all right, well, let me see if I'm, because there are some people that have just they're gonna cancel them, right? Or they have canceled. Right. They're like, let me see if it's worth my time. This might be to put my foot in the door to say, okay, let me watch him and see, like, oh yeah, I do like him. I still like him as an actor. You know what I mean? Like they can separate the two. Like with me, I can separate the two, right? Like if he puts up something that I want to see, I will watch it, right? But you got those people that are like, no, you're supporting him, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm like, look, I don't think any athlete or entertainer is a role model to me, right? Like I automatically assume they're doing something they shouldn't be doing and that I wouldn't agree with, right? So if I was to cancel everybody for that, like I wouldn't watch any movies, I wouldn't play any video games, I wouldn't do anything.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. No, I usually have an issue separating somebody from art, but like what he did was not the worst of everything, right? Like if anything, Chris Rock got a Netflix deal. Like, so he's doing the live stand-up on Netflix. That's going to come out, I think, early next year. Yeah, so really? he'll be the first comedian to get a live show. So not even Chappelle got that, right? So like Chris Rock, so some other stuff's being spawned because of this. Not to say that I condone what he did and like, okay, like this stuff's going to happen. That's good. Yeah. I just don't really care. Like, out of all the jacked up stuff that's happening in the world, this one is kind of like not really has not hurt his art, in my opinion. I think he'll be fine. He'll do a Bad Boys 15 and a bunch of other stuff. So whatever. Like moving on type situation. But aside from that, I've heard good things about it. And I'm kind of like, I went through a thing where I was watching a lot of, listening to a lot of audio books that had to deal with the antebellum period or slavery in some regard. Like Kindred's a show that's going to be on Hulu, or it actually is already out, based on a book that I had listened to because I do audiobooks recently, and I actually enjoyed it. But I was kind of like burnt out from that type of material. Like I'd been listening to too much of it. So now that Kindred is going to be a TV show, which I heard is not that great compared to the book, but that's always the case. So it is what it is. But not only that, but now Emancipation, right? So I'm going to give both of these things a try to see how I like them. But I've heard good things about Emancipation. I've heard bad things about Kindred. So we'll see.
Okay. Good luck with that.
yeah, I'll let you know. Like, but there's plenty of other stuff to watch or listen to that'll cleanse the palate, right? Like, oh, okay, that wasn't a great experience. I just watch something else. Like, there's so many. I have so many apps, so many apps. It's like there's too much content now.
I actually had like I think I had like a year of Apple TV or something like that, and I never even set up the account. Like I watched the trailers for what they put out there, and like it's like one of those things where what was that movie that like bombed, like Movie 43 or something like that? They had like all these
Oh
celebrities
yeah,
that were
yeah.
in it or something like that, but it was absolutely terrible. I'd never seen it. Like that's what I think Apple is doing. Like they'll get all these big names. I'm like, oh man, Morgan Freeman, right? Mahershala Ali. Like
Yeah.
you see all these big names in their shows, and I'm just like, nah, not for me.
Yeah, Octavia, yeah, Octavia
Octavia Spencer.
Spencer, like she's got a few things on there. Oh man, what's my man? Who's Bane? What's his name?
Not Woodley. Is it Charles? Not Charles. No.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. Like he did, yeah. Like so, he has a couple things on there as well. Like they have like obviously Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks will make an epic in a minute. He'll be like, you know what? I feel like doing this historical thing. Um, Now you have Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, like they all have stuff on there. So they're not all great, but a lot of them are pretty good. They're like passion projects. Like you have Denzel with Macbeth. Like uh, I thought that was good. What else?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. So Tom Hardy has some stuff on there. Justin Timberlake has a thing on there. It was like, I don't know if I ever watched that, but like they just have all these A-list celebrities making content. So like they just, hey, here's some money. Here's some Apple money. We got $100 billion in the bank. Make a movie.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So like I don't know. Like what the one that's really popular on there is the soccer one.
Oh, Ted Lasso. I've not watched
Ted
that.
Lasso.
I'm not into soccer, but I heard it's not about the soccer.
See, no, you got me with this before. You got me with this before when it came to the zombie thing.
It's not about the zombies, all right? The Walking Dead,
no.
11 seasons later, it's like, yeah, it's about the zombies.
I'm like every commercial I see, it's
Right.
zombies, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, like Ted Lasso is one that's winning awards and everything, man. But I'm not a soccer fan, right? Like I see all these people now that all of a sudden soccer fans. I never hear them talk about it because the World Cup is on. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
come on.
Exactly. No, I can't get down with soccer. But the world loves it, so I can't really knock it either, right? But I also can't get down with baseball. I can watch it in real life and I enjoy it, but on TV, I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, you go to a stadium, like the atmosphere just makes it feel different. I feel the same way.
Yeah. So it might be like that with soccer. Maybe if I go to a soccer, I'm like, oh man, this is cool. But outside of like intramural soccer, I'm not going. I don't know any people's names. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand the rules.
I'm not going to a soccer game. I just saw an article where a goalie got attacked after a game, man. Like people.
Oh yeah. People, they don't play.
I was like, oh, I'm not going to that.
It's the world is involved in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get down with it. And then because one of the bandwagoners was like, yeah, America's doing this. I was like, America will be out quickly. I'm not going to even get attached. Like women's soccer, they killing it. Men's soccer, like, we show up. You got people where soccer is there. Like it's kind of like growing up, right? Like yeah, some people were really into basketball and football because that was going to get them out of the situation. That seems to be the world with soccer. Like if I get good at soccer or baseball, the world's my oyster, right? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Like I got a 2 Chainz it, right? You got a rapper go to the league, and that's the name of his album.
Oh yeah,
rapper go to the league, or go to the league and rap or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah,
just not for me, man. But like the Bills though. We circle back around. Bills doing okay. These games are too close. These games are too close, and it's making me nervous. It's like, stop doing that. I need blowouts. Like at the beginning of the season, I need blowouts.
But Miami's a good team though, right? So like they have a good record, so
they do.
Like doing it against a bad team. And the thing is, you may see them again, right? So like
I hope not.
You see them 2 times, throughout the season because they're division foe,
right.
And you see them again in the playoffs, right? Like so like you may have everything you need, but again, they're gonna come to you, right? Like your record is better. Right. They can come through Orchard Park to win the playoffs. So
I think we secured a bye, or we're close to securing a bye. So that's also good. This is our 4th year going. I think it's be the first year in those 4 where we secured a bye. Yeah, we're 11-3.
You got the tiebreaker. Well, even if Kansas City wins this week, they'll be 11-3 as well. But you guys beat them. Yeah. So you have the tiebreaker over Kansas City right now, right?
Yes.
So if y'all keep the same record, y'all will get the bye.
Right.
So first
And
week,
I'm not terribly worried, right? Because we play Chicago next. That'll be challenging. Then we play the Bengals. The Bengals actually been playing pretty well this season. So I'm like, I've been talking a lot of mess on Twitter to a Bengals fan.
F the Bengals. F the Bengals. I'm gonna say it right now. F the
and
Bengals.
then the last game is the Patriots. That one should be we sit all of our starters. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that should be
depending on if Kansas City is on you, though, right? Like y'all might want that first round bye to where
yeah, it's
it is the same
true.
record. Like y'all may be like, because I think Kansas City is playing in their division now at the end, and their division is terrible, right? So they run the risk of, not say run the risk, but they can just run through and sweep right now. So you guys got to
right. Oh man, it's tight. Like I need some blowouts. Well, W's a W. I don't care how we win it. Because I was confused. Like at the very end, I was like, "What is happening?" Because he purposely did not run to the end zone. I was like, "No!" I was like, "You take them 6 points."
But you know what? Like at that point, though, it seemed like he should have done it. Like some people do it. Like they figured that kick was a gimme, right, from that distance. So that's why he went down. Like at that point, he should just took the touchdown and then made them come up because they didn't have any timeouts at that point. So they would have had.
But that connection, that Tua to Hill connection, man, they were killing us.
It's possible.
They were killing us.
Yeah.
And we're getting burnt. We were getting burnt in the back. Yeah. So I'm just like after it was all settled, I was like, that was a good idea. That was a good idea, just in case. So, but you know, it is what it is. We will continue to see what happens this season. Regardless, I'm proud of the Bills. They've been killing it this season. So we'll see how it goes. I'm happy to be back in the playoffs. I've been like this since I was a kid, but at that time we went through to the Super Bowl 4 times. It wasn't just the playoffs. It was the Super Bowl 4 times.
In a row. That's heartbreaking.
In a row.
Like you'll never see that again. That's the thing, is that team was so good. Like I feel bad for Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas. Like I feel bad for all those
mathematically.
Man. But the thing is, they came up against dynasties. Like when it happened, it wasn't like it was one-off teams, right? Like it was your Dallases, you know what I mean? Was San Fran the last one? No, because that was San Diego when they played San Fran, but Niners might have been the other. Yeah, they came against teams that were very good and were, had a bunch of Hall of Fame players on.
Right. So, but yeah, we'll see what the future holds. I'm super excited for the rest of the season, and when we come back in January, so we play 2 games in January. I think we play 1 on Christmas Eve, and then the next 2 are in January. So we have more to talk about. Hopefully, your Ravens, continue to lose. So I want everybody to lose.
You already beat us, man. We're not gonna see you again unless it's the playoffs, man.
Exactly.
Give us our props. Give us our props. Well, it's not looking good. We ain't got Lamar out there, so it's not looking good for us right now, right? Like it's just we do not look the same at all, which helps his contract negotiation because he's like, y'all want to keep doing that?
You need me.
Yeah,
you need me.
So. Yeah. Then look, he can be doing the Chappelle when he goes back to negotiate this off season, right? He's like, that was the old price. Lift up his shirt and there's a gun in it. That was the old price. This is the new price now.
Right. No, that's what's up though. But okay, I'll let this one wrap up. See you guys in 2023. Hopefully everyone stays healthy and blessed and all that good stuff. Definitely a better year than 2020. Like as long as things keep getting better than 2020, I'm all about it. So but yeah, definitely tune in. 297 will be the next episode. Again, we took this break, but don't unsubscribe. Keep so you see us pop up when we pop up in the new year. Again, Monday, Tuesday are topics. Wednesday's discussion. Definitely tune into all that, and then go back. We got almost 300 other episodes you can go check out. They're timely, all right. They age well like wine. So go back and listen to those. But thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Levon. I know he hasn't been on the past couple weeks. Just the time's not working out. Well, he's all the way on the West Coast. I'm all the way on the East Coast. But at some point, we'll get him back on to guest star. But thank you, Shannon, for able to make it and all that good stuff. Waking up super early.
I'm always up early, so I'm always up early.
Yeah. But definitely continue to tune in. This is fun. I hope to keep it up in the future. Hit us up on all of our social medias. And then you can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Clubhouse. Stay safe. Stay secure.